Hello, welcome. Welcome to this beautiful, quiet me time for me and you to feel into the energy, to feel into love. So let's just take some deep breaths together. Connecting with our own divine self. And with each person. With my elemental friends, who are always in my audience. Thank you for the support. And if you put in the comments that you're here, I can say welcome. Otherwise I don't know who you are. So Tom and myself, we arrived in England last night. So I'm home at my mum's. I wanted to go out in the garden, but there's no Wi-Fi out there, unfortunately. So I'm in the bedroom, where last night, can a bed ever hug you so much? It was beautiful. I had a really good night's sleep for saying we're not at home. And lovely to be back with family. Hey Monica, hello, how are you? Yes, I'm saying hello from England. I nearly forgot the time because it's 5 to 4 here. But I remembered, or in fact Tom reminded me. Anyway, last week I was talking about ascension and integration and how the change in the world, changing ourselves, how it's all come about and what is happening. See, once upon a time we were just, imagine feathers in the sky, light beings. Imagine it how you like. And this was all we are. We were, or flickers of light. And we're here now for a physical experience. So within this physical vessel is light. And this light has always been with us, but we've never been aware of it because we've been so focused on our experience. We've been distracted almost every day and continue that way. Yes, hi Monica, lovely, thank you for joining. Ooh, you're not working? You finished working? Anyway, so this light being that we are, it is being, shall I say, upgraded. So we're receiving new light codes from the rays of light that are really streaming down now. Have you noticed the sun, how white it has become? Very strong. And all the magnetic energy, the radiation, that is causing our physical structure, the carbon-based structure that we are to change into crystalline structure. And it is this crystalline structure. Hi Rennie, thanks for joining. This crystalline structure is going to make it possible for us as multidimensional beings to do miraculous things in this physical body. And that is what this is all about. But of course now we're in this preparation stage of the upgrading the DNA, and it's causing lots of physical symptoms. I mentioned about my own, the skin, scalp, it's very dry, tiredness. Lots of people have chronic disease. It's another reaction to our body changing. We will continue having all these symptoms until we have released all our past fears and pains. So at this moment, it's very important to spend some quiet me time with yourself and just allow yourself to become aware of everything you're afraid of. Really, everything that's keeping your mind busy. Everything that's coming up, it's there for a reason. It's there to be released. It's not there because that is you, that is who you are. It's coming to make friends with you because at some stage in our life we have pushed it under the carpet, the fears, the pains. But now, when you're feeling it, it's time to, okay, let's look at it. So today I really wanted to talk about what fears are coming up in you. Hey, Schwan, it's built. I always have trouble pronouncing your name. Anyway, welcome. So fears, what fears are you experiencing now? What's coming up? When me and Tom were travelling, coming over here, there's two fears that came up for us. One was being claustrophobic, because we were in an inside cabin. Oh, the space was so small. Ooh. And yeah, sometimes a fear can be so real. Well, it is real. It causes panic attacks, sweating, heart. I have to get out of here, you know. But no, hey, wait a minute, let's sit down, let's take the conscious breath. And let's just look at this fear. So why are we feeling this claustrophobicness? And you ask yourself the question, please express yourself. And what came up with us was, a long time ago, we've been shut up in a cupboard. I mean, playing as children or whatever. But just the punishment also sometimes, when you lock the door of a bedroom and you get this feeling of can't get out. You see, the child, it goes into a shock. And this shock causes an energy to become trapped in the body. Now the child will just, forget about it, you know, like put it under the carpet, although it doesn't realise it does, but we do. When we forget about it, we put it into the dungeons. But it's still there. It's still a block. So every time we come across a confined space, this energy will go. So it came up with us. So what we did, we just breathed into this space, and we found that it was in the heart space. And we asked it to express itself. And we did. We understood where it had come from. It was just very afraid that, because as a child, yeah, we just enjoy nice things, fun things, so when something like this happens, we don't understand. So we welcome this part of ourselves back home. Embrace it. Embrace this fear. At the same time, understanding that fear itself, it is an energy, and yeah, it's nothing, you know. So if we embrace it, and what I did especially now is because coming on holiday, I wanted something like a new enjoyment. So I asked this fear if it would transform into a new enjoyment for me during my time in England and Holland. I stayed with this feeling, breathing. And then if you stay with it for a while, it's like you will feel it, I don't know, like just dissolving. It's like it's been recognised, this energy form that's been there for a long time, because as a child it was not treated very well for whatever reason, even if it wasn't, by mistake. But just that recognition and welcome home that we're okay now, it's fun time, we're on our adventure. So yeah, I literally felt the energy dispersing, going back into neutral, and then it's like I saw all these bubbles coming to join the energy, and in there was like parks and swings and lots of different things to play, like picking daisies. It's wonderful how everything works. It's like, yeah, you see, so that fear, I've just transformed it into playtime. And what did I do? Just this afternoon, my mum's lawn is full of daisies. So I just made a daisy jet, and yeah, I've left it in the other room. But anyway, I'm always in awe of how this transforms all the time. But the thing is, you and me, we are the ones who have to do it. We have to instigate it. It doesn't happen just like that. We are the masters and creators of our life, and we're in charge. So if something doesn't feel right, it means take action, because something in your awareness is out of alignment with who you are, and that is love, joy, confidence, power. So we transformed one, and then another one came up. This was more for Tom. It was a bad car accident years ago, and I can't imagine it, but he was trying to explain what he'd seen, and you see all these bodies lying and cars, and not a nice experience to be in the middle of a crash, but nothing happens to your car, luckily, so touch wood. But then we went through this because I was driving down, raining, and I think all this just brought up this old memory. And he says, I just feel so fearful. So we just looked at it and embraced it, realised where it came from, that when you're in a car and, in this horrific accident, you think, oh, this is it, And your body goes into a shock, and at the same time your body goes into shock, it clings to this energy and it holds tight somewhere in your body until you're ready to release it. So obviously yesterday was the time that Tom could release it. So he was embracing it. Yeah, transforming it. Into something probably more confidence then. Because I think when you fear something, your confidence, it just goes whoop, knocks your confidence. So that was also very special, that we felt that acknowledgement, changing the structure of the fear-based to freedom, more confidence. So when he comes to drive again, yeah, it's gone. I'll let you know how that goes on. So what are your fears? Anybody want to share? Is there any we want to look at? Yes, don't be afraid. It is only fear, and fear is nothing. It is a messenger, love in disguise, I always say. Yeah, it is. It just needs embracing into something that'll serve us for this new adventure we're going on. Yes. So during all this transformation our body's going through, our mind also, there's two I don't know how you would say that, two subjects maybe that I really feel passionate about, or it's becoming even more passionate, and that is mental health, to help people with mental health instead of being prescribed the normal pills. I think it's good if we talk to the people. Now, I'm by no means qualified in the traditional world at all. I just look at the energy, the spirit of the person, and it's either aspects, your own aspects trying to come back, that the mind with the different like voices, different personalities, trying to put it all in order again and without being afraid, or it is, depending on the level of depression that the person goes through, it could be another spirit that walks in. When you're very depressed, it's like we open up and other people can come and have fun and in the pot with us. Now if that's the case, one of my friends, Alana, I call her the spirit whisperer, and I'm hoping when we get back in September we're going to start a talk group to invite people who want to take a different kind of responsibility for their mental health issues and talk about it with people from a different perspective, and either just sort out, it's either aspects, coming to know your own aspects and welcoming them home, or if it is a spirit, then Alana, she connects with this and she guides them into the light, into their own light, so that you're free of them. Yeah, it's wonderful. Huh? So this is one thing I'm going to start more focusing on when I get back. And the other one, I've always been interested in education. I think education is quite useless. I'm quite sorry. There are some wonderful teachers who've made it their vocation, but I think when the government takes over and all they're doing is feeding information instead of asking the children what their part in life is and how they want to express themselves, what makes them happy, what's being creative. So 10% of the children today have dyslexia. Now, you know that I'm like Miss Multidimensional, and I'm here to remind everybody that you are multidimensional, and now we're moving from physical being to our multidimensional self. Now the children coming in the last 10 years, probably more, are already upgraded, so their DNA is different than us. They are already multidimensional. They perceive things not with their eyes, they perceive it with their all their senses. And dyslexia is one of the challenges a multidimensional child has in reading and writing, because they don't look with their eyes. It's like their senses, their mind's eye goes round the object and looks at it from a different multidimensional way. And of course it gets confused because the words and the letters on the page are two-dimensional. So it's a big confusion, and so they have to concentrate. And what happens then? The parents or the teachers are telling them, concentrate on what I'm saying, you know, and they can't, because they're trying to concentrate on figuring this out, because it's not that easy. So I am learning at the moment. I'm reading a lot of information on this, and I'm going to be doing some studies with it to be able to help these children. And it's also not only dyslexia, because they have, it's also, is it ADD and ADHD, lack of concentration, hyperactivity. It's all part of it, because they cannot, they feel differently than we do. So we need to come up with a new way of teaching these new children. So I've got a lot planned. So that's where my two focus are, plus the art with the children. I do a nice art project. I'm going to continue doing that. So lots to do. I can't promise I'm going to be next week. I'm going to see how things go, because I really want to enjoy my family here. So fears. Join my New Earth community Facebook group, and let's talk about our fears, and let's help each other just transform them, because we can do that quite easily. Okay, well, I love you guys coming to see me, and you can enjoy the replay because the time is now. So a nice deep breath. Thank you for your presence, and until next time.